I'm going to show you how to make a pie chart, how to construct a pie chart given some information. So we have an empty pie chart, and we've got some information here about methods, ways in which pupils get to school. So obviously it's walking, cycling, car, bus, and these are the numbers for each one. What we need to do is calculate the angles for each and every one of these numbers. Once we've worked out the angles, we can then start making the pie chart. So first things first, before we can start working out the angles, we need to find the total. The total here is 30. So we've got 30 pupils going to school in this example, in this survey. So now let's work out the angles for that one. We know there are 360 degrees around a pie chart, around a circle. So 360 degrees, so that's 0, and it goes all the way around, all the way around. That's 180, 270, 360, all the way around. I'll have a circular protractor for that one. So let's work out the angle then. There are 360 degrees around a pie chart, so what we do is 360 degrees divided by 30 people multiplied by 15. So do that then. 360 divide, that's a fraction means division, divided by 30 times 15. That's 180 degrees. That's half the pie chart, and not surprisingly 15 is half of 30 anyway. That 360 divided by 30, what that does is works out the number of pupils, sorry, the number of angles per pupil, the number of angles for each and every pupil. But we've got 15 pupils here, so we times that by 15 to get 180. Right, do the same type of calculation for this. 360 divided by 30 times 5. $60 degrees. You don't need to keep on doing 360 divided by 30. Once you have worked out 360 divided by 30, you can keep using that. So we know 360 divided by 30 is 12. That's worth 12. That's 12, 12, 12. Okay, so that times 6, 72 degrees. And again, 360 divided by 30, or you just say 12. 12 times the 4, 48. Right, so now just double check that all of these add up to 360. I'm just going to quickly check that just to make sure they do add up to 360. They have to. Yep, all of these add up to 360. So I've done this right. Just remember, in your first calculation, when you do your first calculation, here I did 360 divided by 30 to give me 12. I can just keep on using 12, 12, 12, 12 here. Don't have to keep on writing this. So now the next stage is to construct the angles. I'm going to start off with this one, 180 degrees. Well, most of you know 180 degrees is just half the circle. But if you didn't know that, what you can do is, to start off with, put the center of the protractor, you can see the center of the protractor right there, on that dot at the center of the pie chart. There. So make sure the center of the protractor is on the dot. Make sure that the 0 degree, see that 0 degrees there? make sure the 0 degree is lined up. Make sure it's lined up with this line here. Okay, put it back at the center again. There you go. Then what we do, measure 180 degrees on the outside. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Go all the way around. Don't worry about this. This is just annoying. Get that out of the way. Right, all the way around, all the way around. There, 100. We've got 170 here. And 180 right there, as we expected. That's 180 there. Now, from the center to this dot over here, to this marker over here, join it up. There you go. So all of that represents walking. That is your 180 degrees. So that one we've done. Now we're going to do the 60 degrees. So for that to happen, you need to line up the 0 degree, this 0 degree line, with this new line that we've just created here. We just created this new line right here, didn't we? So put the center of the protractor back on the center, put the center of the protractor back on the dot, and make sure the 0 degree is lined up with this new line that I've just created. I've marked it in red. There you go. Now I'm going to count 60 degrees. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's my 60 over there. Put a mark there. Take that off. And here you go. Just join it up. Join it up. That's the cycling. That's your 60 degrees. Right, that one's done. I've got the 72 now. 72 degrees. So once again, put the center of the protractor on the center, on the dot. But this time, the 0 degree has to line up with this new line that I've just created. See this new line? That's my new line. I need to make sure that the 0 degree is lined up. Hopefully you can see. There. 0 degrees is with the new line. Now I need to measure, just in case it moves, can you put it back please? Put it back at the center. Make sure it's still centered. There. Right, we need to measure 72 degrees. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's 70. Hopefully you can see. 72. Can I zoom any further? Oh, great. Right, 70, 71, 71, 72. I say 72 is right there. Join it up again. So that's the car. That one there. That is 72 degrees. And the last one, no need to measure, bus. That one's your bus. And that should be 30 degrees. If you'd measured these, if you'd measured everything accurately, then that last one, 30 degrees, would be accurate. Right, that is a construction of pie chart. Right, remember, if you've not understood anything, rewind, pause the video, have a think, and then you should be fine.